Alrighty guys, well welcome back. If you watched any of the previous videos, I certainly appreciate you joining us for the ride. Today we have a pretty cool one. This is a Antimatter Blue 4-door soft top Outerbanks trim level, and this has the 2.7 EcoBoost, obviously the 10-speed transmission, and it also is the Lux package, so you get the 12-inch screen, the wireless phone charger, and some of the extra goodies like the sound system. So definitely happy with how this one came out. This was actually a customer of mine's. Now I'm in South Florida. This gentleman actually ordered this. He was in New York. I had made a Facebook comment how, you know, we had no dealer fees and stuff, and this gentleman hit me up on Facebook and ordered it day one, and here it is. So he is super stoked, but we do have some time in the meantime before he comes in. So I thought I might as well just kind of give a rundown of what these what this Bronco Outerbanks has, and particularly the color. So this is that Antimatter Blue, which almost looks black, but then when you hit it with the sun, I don't know if the sparkles are going to come up there, but when the sun is on it, it really does kind of shine. You can see this is the Outerbanks trim level right there. So what do you get with the Outerbanks? This is probably the first, I wouldn't call it luxury road, but that's almost like how they're selling this guy. You have more street tires and more amenities as opposed to some of the other trim levels. You got the standard front bumper here with the fog lights in it, and you have your tow hooks. You see up front in between the lettering, you have the camera for your 360 camera, your LED lights, really nice LEDs, have the horse logo in there. But you know, I'm sure if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm pretty crazy about these guys. I think they've done a really great job. Now this is the soft top, which is probably, you know, some people love their soft tops. I'm not really crazy about the soft top. I prefer the hard, and I am waiting for my own hard top. But from the front, this guy looks really good. And these Broncos, they have this kind of bulge in the hood that really stands out. You have these trail sights here, so you can really tell where your wheel is lined up, but then they can also be used as tie downs for all sorts of little goodies. Up here, and this actually looks like potentially a fitment thing, just to point out that could definitely be handled better. But you see, you do have little accessory screw points for add-ons if you so desired. Kind of get down here, and I'll leave the specs for the tires and wheels below or above, whatever you want to call it. All right, so let's check out some more good doodads here. LED lights here. You see also with the Outerbanks, you'll have the painted door handles. As you can see here, painted body color. And your mirror caps also are painted. You normally don't get those nice things. And your fender flares. And speaking of the fender flares, they're probably the coolest fender flares you'll ever find in a vehicle. So if you can see under here, where my hand is, there's these clips. And these clips just easily turn, and you have multiple around this wheel well. You take those out, and you are good to take this fender completely off. So just going around this guy. You see from the back. Pretty nice. All right, so in your back, you have these accessory mounts here. Little extra space. Have this accessory ready point here. It says accessory ready, so I believe you could take this off, and there's screws under here for you to mount stuff, whether it be like the mole grate system, or like a table. I know Ford has a few different things for that. I'm not going to show the gentleman's license plate. Little knickknacks here. For some reason, I really like that fuel door. And you can kind of see little Broncos here on your fuel door. Nice little Easter egg. Second row. So I have this second row where I probably would normally sit. So you see, I'm just gonna kind of plop my ass in here. Now I'm 6 foot, and I'm a chunky motherfucker. You can see my belly. My knees are kind of like right on here. So I'm sure I could drive up about an inch forward, move up, and I'd be comfy both ways. Inside here in the second row, as well as driver-wise, I'd be fine. But I think this is a good angle of what your interior looks like from the second row. And this is the navy cloth interior. So you see your back of your seats are kind of have the navy hits with some contrast with the gray stuff. Now, being the Lux package, you also get the extra power outlets. So you get a full power outlet back here. And then I want to say you get some USBs. Yep, you'll get some regular USBs down there too. Of course, you have your window controls there as well. And this is going to be a good angle to show you what that navy pier interior kind of looks like. This is definitely more blue here. Then you have gray, and this is like a silver. And then these seats themselves, you see you have the blue here with the gray. But I like the seats. You do kind of have a handle here to fold and collapse them. So that's nice. Now, another thing I kind of wanted to mention or bring out is the key. So this guy, you do have a key. Kind of the standard 4-key fob. Unlock, lock, remote start, and then your panic. To remote start it, you press lock once and the ×2 button twice. That turns this guy on. And it sounds pretty good. It sounds like a truck, and I think the big highlight is it doesn't sound god-awfully loud like a jet engine of those Rangers. So I'm gonna pop inside, and when you do the remote start, it will turn on the AC a little bit in the engine, but I will have to press the push button just to turn everything else on. All right, so sitting inside here, I gotta say I really like the seating position, and I love these little windshield wipers. So I tried to record this video the other day, and it started pouring raining on me, and it wasn't the most ideal situation. And when I did that, I was stuck in the car, and I turned the windshield wipers on, and that was just so funny to me how small. You don't think about it, but you are kind of in a smaller shell, you know, at least in the front, you know. All right, hilarious. So that's a first. I was recording for about 10 minutes, and my iPhone overheated. So thank you, South Florida. But, you know, kind of back to what I was saying, didn't realize how big or small-ish the front windshield is, but it's still plenty of space, plenty of visibility. This is my perspective from about a 6-foot driver. If I put the phone closer to my chest, this is kind of what I'm seeing. Now, when I look down, steering wheel is definitely a winner here. My biggest highlight is I love how all these buttons, you know, they're separate, but they are this material that coats them is kind of one piece. so I know water and stuff isn't really going to get in there. So that's a definite highlight. You have your controls for this screen up here with these arrows, so you can toggle in between lots of different driver information right there. You have your hang up, your voice assistant, skip and return, your lane keeping stuff, your adaptive cruise control stuff, lane keeping, cruise control, set, volume up and volume down. So kind of basic stuff. And then on your left column is going to be all of your brights, as well as your windshield wiper controls. And overall, very comfy and really solid first impression. I've been able to finally sit in one of these for a little bit longer now. Just really happy overall. Something I was noticing the other day when I was looking at this truck is they have the little American flag right on the shifter. So that is a pretty nice little touch. Of course, you have the little Bronco built in Michigan assembly right there, which is cool. And overall, yeah, just very happy with this interior. Lux package, you do get those Bang & Olufsen speakers. I believe it's a 10-speaker sound system. You'll even get this accessory ready mounting point, as well as a charger for it. So you can get a rail system going here where you have some GoPros up on the dash, and just a really great time. Up here you have these ready to go switches for all these other things. So this is a turn assisting button that basically locks the rear wheel so you can make sharper turns, which is really cool. And I think this is a rear locking right there, and your traction control stuff and your hazards. And the buttons themselves, they feel really good. They feel good, and that same type of mentality or philosophy where it's coated in this rubber material that water's not going to seep into, that same type of stuff applies here. Really nice looking switches. Looking at this 12-inch screen, definitely a lot going on here, but it's not overwhelming. This sync system, the important stuff is at the bottom. Your audio, phone, navigation, any other accessible apps would populate based on your phone. Settings, and then other cool features that you can control for your specific truck. So this one has the zone lighting, so you can turn on individual lights around the car, turn it on, and you can turn their left light, your front lights, your back lights. And then also this truck, I believe, has the tow package, so this can walk you through different towing options and stuff. On the right side of this 12-inch screen, you're going to have this almost segmented dual screen action thing going on here, and you can go through those same types of menus but in a smaller version. And say you saw something you liked, say you like the navigation here, you can drag it over and they'll switch spots, and you can do it vice versa there. And I don't want to get too basically in depth with this sync system, but it's definitely a winner from Ford. JJ approved. Up here you have your auxiliary switches that don't come standard with the Outerbanks. This gentleman added it in, and they're very tactile and responsive. Other lighting controls, kind of Ford stuff that you notice or you're familiar with. And then your garage door openers, and then LED controls on the side, electric parking brake, center console, wireless phone charger, more USB goodies, and I've noticed they're getting better with installing these. I felt like they were coming in a little bit flimsy. They're getting better at installing those. And of course, this is the soft top, so to get that off, you basically just pull this down or lift it up to lock it in place. So pretty easy stuff going on there. So I'm gonna turn this guy off, stop rambling, and I just want to say thank you for you guys that have watched any of my videos. We're actually getting close to 500 subscribers now, which is pretty incredible. So if there's like a cool Ford, any type of Ford that you've been trying to see, let me know. I'll keep an eye on it, and I'll try and jump on it as soon as it hits the lot and becomes available. So thanks for watching. I wanted to be a discussion in the comments, so you know, a peaceful discussion. So tell me what your thoughts are on the Bronco, and what your thoughts are on Ford and stuff. I love, you know, pretty passionate about Ford, and let's keep it civil. Really appreciate all the love and support, and